So let's all just take that familiar trip down inside ourselves. I actually think it's the longest journey any human being ever makes is the 18 inches down from their head into their hearts. So going into your inner world and saying hi to all your parts, all those familiar parts. And today, if it's okay with you and okay with them, I ask that you meet in a meadow or field or someplace outdoors. You might even smell the vegetation and flowers, or maybe pine trees, or notice the grass or the gravel underfoot. Inviting all your parts to be there. And then see if they're willing to separate from you briefly. And if they say no, that's okay. But just tell them there's something you would like to do on your own, and you'll be back. And see if everyone is willing to separate and stay at one corner or one edge of that meadow altogether. And some may need a hug or something before they do. And some may be unwilling to separate. And that's okay. That's okay. They're not bad or wrong. Just hold them close and spend this time getting to know them better and helping them so their connection to you might become a little more flexible. Now, if everybody's been willing to let you go off alone, you can start walking toward the other end of the meadow. If some are still attached to you, you can either stay in the meadow with them or bring them on this trip with you. It's really best if they'll all let you do this on your own. But you're going to go off at the other end of the meadow. There are 3 trails that lead off into the distance. One of them goes up a hillside or a mountain. Another one stays pretty much level. And the third goes down under shadowy trees and toward the waters. And I'm going to ask you to pick one of these trails. Usually it's best if we go up the mountain or down to the waters, because we're wanting to meet a guide, a spirit presence. And the guides in the middle realm often are tricksters and can be much more difficult to deal with and understand. But see which direction you feel called to, whatever it is, and then start going up or down that trail. And notice the ground beneath your feet and how the air feels as you proceed. Just slowly going along this trail with the intention of, I want to meet some being who can give me guidance. Some being who's larger and wiser and deeper than I am. Now, if you see yourself walking along the trail, that means that some part is trying to do this for you. So thank that part and ask it to please go back in the meadow and let you do this yourself. Let yourself by itself walk this trail. And you'll know it's really self if you see the trail from the eyes of the one walking up the trail and sense your feet on the ground, noticing all the details The footing, is it secure or slippery? The sense, the breeze or the stillness of the air? The heat or coolness? As we go up this trail or down this trail, more and more with each step we take, we want to open all our sensory modalities. We're used to thinking we have 5, but there are many more that are usually outside of our awareness. See if you can just ask those to open too. For example, it's known that we can sense magnetic fields in some way, but we're never conscious of that, or at least I'm not. So ask all your sensory modalities to open and notice detail, all the details that come to you. What you're looking for as you move along, up or down, down or up these trails, is a place to settle for a while. A place that feels like it might be a place where you could meet a guide, where I guess the sort of cliched images, the veil might part. And I don't know if that place will be in the sunshine or in the shade under a tree, or I don't know if it will be level or tilted. Find a place. And when you've settled someplace, maybe take a moment to let yourself catch up with yourself. And then settle there. Settling might be remaining standing, maybe with your arms outstretched, or it might be sitting, or it might be lying down. Notice what posture your body chooses as it opens toward guidance and guides. And then just wait and open all your senses. Notice every little tiny detail. Dismiss nothing. One of the first times I did this kind of exercise, I was shown a kitchen sponge. And I thought, oh God, no, my spiritual guide can't be a kitchen sponge. And I wanted to throw that out. But it turned out to be a very important image and had a great deal of meaning for me. Reject nothing. Welcome whatever comes. Listen deeply. Sometimes there are animals or the sounds of animals. Sometimes there's a gentle breeze with a scent. Sometimes there's a clear image of an ancestor or other recognizable figure. I have no idea what will happen for you. Sometimes you might notice your body starting to move or have sensations as you sit, stand, or lie there and wait. Sometimes you just become aware of the rhythms of your own body, the heartbeat, the more subtle rhythms, the breath. And as you get a sense of whatever is there to meet you, if it feels good, invite it in. The benevolent energies will never enter us without an invitation because they so profoundly respect who we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You might experience this as coming from deep within you or from somewhere outside. I don't know if it'll be above, below, in front, behind, to the right or to the left. And if you have specific questions you want to ask, it's a wonderful time. Even if you're not sure there's a presence there with you, you can just put the question out and see what you are given. A question that always seems to be useful for almost everybody is to ask this presence, how can I increase my contact with you? How can I be more connected to the deep energies? Will there be some sensation in your body that you can use to find your way back here? Or perhaps some image or flash of color, or a sound. The shamans often say the greatest gift we can be given is a song or a little bit of music. I've never yet been given a song, but I still listen. Sometimes I think I hear one in the distance. And as you feel ready, you might start to think about heading back down to all your parts. And if it's felt blank or empty, you might wonder and ask inside, are any of my parts frightened by the idea of a guide or guidance? Does anybody not want this? It's okay. You're not bad or wrong. Many people in our culture think this is a horrible thing and avoid it. So perhaps you could find a guide, guidance, or perhaps you could find the parts of you who find this kind of connection difficult. They're both treasures. And when you're ready, if you have gratitude or thanks in you, you might express them somehow, maybe with a gesture, sound, or deep breath. And then start gently coming back down to that meadow or back up, depending on the path you chose. Taking your time, being aware of your movement, feeling your feet on the ground and the quality of the footing, your contact with the earth. Rumi talked about our feet kissing the earth. How are your feet relating to the earth as you walk back down to the meadow? Yeah. And as you return to the meadow, coming back to all those parts who waited for you and gathering them around and thanking them. And they may notice something a little bit different about you. I don't know. Checking and making sure everybody's comfortable. Hi, gang. Everybody okay? And then when you're ready, making that journey back up from your heart, back up into your head and more cognitive and ordinary reality. And you all know that many people find a few deep breaths help them slide back into this world in a sweet, easy, gentle way.